We begin tonight with breaking news and published reports that former Navy SEAL and one of the deadliest snipers in U.S. history, Chris Kyle, was shot and killed today in Glen Rose, Texas. The shooting happened late this afternoon at Rough Creek Lodge along the Erath and Somerview County lines.
And tonight, police believe they do have a suspect in custody in Dallas County. Investigators, after a chase, stopped the vehicle at I-35 and Camp Wisdom Road. We begin our team coverage tonight with Sarah Vandenberg with the Empire Tribune in Stephenville. Sarah, I know you've been working on this all evening. What can you tell us about the shooting?
Well, we got the call, I guess about 6 p.m. tonight that there had been a double homicide at Rough Creek, and a couple hours later we confirmed that it was, in fact, Chris Kyle. And he is a former Tarleton State University student who wrote the best-selling book American Sniper not too terribly long ago. We understand that he was at the shooting range with two other men when this happened.
And can you tell me more about what they were doing there? Obviously, they were shooting, but as I understand it, if you go to Rough Creek, you've got to go out with a guide, generally, a shooting guide. Was one of those three a shooting guide, do you know?
No, not to my knowledge. My understanding of the situation is that Chris Kyle was part of developing the shooting range in some way and had a standing invitation to come out when he wanted to shoot, and he didn't need, any kind of guide, or he didn't have to pay any kind of fee. And my understanding from a source is that he was with the suspect and might have been helping him with who is supposedly an Iraqi war veteran, and may have been out doing some type of shooting therapy, is what I've been told by my source.
And so I know our newsroom is working on these same questions, trying to get answers to them, too. Do you have any idea whether this was an intentional shooting or an accidental shooting? It sounds like it might have been an accidental shooting then.
No, it's not sounding like that to us. It's sounding like it was an intentional shooting.
Sarah, do you have any idea, who found these bodies or where they were?
No, we don't. They haven't released that yet. We don't know. Like I said, we got the call from the Sheriff's Department about 6 p.m. and understand the shooting or the bodies were found sometime between 3:30 and 4 is what our sources are telling us.
So this would have happened much earlier in the day, sometime after noon.
Yes, that's
but
my understanding, yes.
And do you have any idea who that, you mentioned three people, Chris Kyle, the suspect, and any idea who that third person was?
Well, no, not yet. They apparently didn't have any identification on him, and he's there. I think now maybe they have identified him, but I don't know their name for sure at this point.
All right, Sarah, thanks for joining us tonight and for the information. I know
You're welcome.
all of the newsrooms now are working on this. We're going to go to Chris Van Horn, who's live with more from Dallas County. Chris?
Well, Kevin, this is where we believe the chase involving the shooting suspect came to an end sometime this evening. Now, within the last half an hour or so, the vehicle that individual was pulled over in and was taken out of has left the scene here, I-35 northbound, just south of Camp Wisdom by about a quarter of a mile here. Traffic was backed up a tremendous way while police were taking that vehicle onto a tow truck, as well as ending that chase that we understand went through Lancaster and other parts here through South Dallas. The chase involving a vehicle that, from sources that NBC5 sources tell us, was Chris Kyle's truck that may have been taken from where he was shot in Erath County. That is what an NBC5 source is telling us. And obviously, we just heard from the Stephenville Empire Tribune there. They're reporting other published reports, and some NBC5 sources have confirmed that Chris Kyle was shot and killed at that Rough Creek shooting range there. Also, another man who was believed to be a friend of his, and it was a very intentional shooting is the way it was described to me here in the last couple of minutes. And again, the shooter may have taken the truck where he went from there. That's still being something we're trying to clear up on, but we believe this is where that came to an end here at some point here this evening. A little bit about Chris Kyle, though. He served in the Navy SEALs from 1999 to 2009. He was nicknamed the Devil of Ramadi in Iraq for his work as a sniper there, where, according to his book, American Sniper, he racked up 150 kills, an American record for sniper kills. He was a member of SEAL Team 3, and he served 4 tours of duty in Iraq. He founded and ran Craft International, a company that specialized in training and developing the skills of those in law enforcement and the military. That was something he really wanted to do after he'd left the service, was to help prepare those going into the front lines. And he was also on a reality TV show here on NBC5 last summer, Stars Earn Stripes. He worked with actor Dean Cain on that, so he is a very well-known face, certainly to the nation, not just the military, but we can confirm that that he was, again, killed this afternoon there in Erath County, and this is apparently where the chase with that suspect came to an end. Amanda, Kevin?
All right, Chris, a quick question. Is there any sort of evidence that you know of inside that truck, a weapon, or what they're going to do with it right now?
That we don't know. All four doors were open. It was a four-door kind of raised F-150 pickup truck that they had up on a flatbed, so they had certainly looked inside. We're looking at it, looking underneath the truck after it got up onto the tow truck, and it was being escorted by police, likely to some police yard to be looked at for forensics. But if they found anything or not, we have not gotten any information on that just yet.
And it sounds like you're getting an awful lot of information out there on the scene, Chris. But tell me, what police agencies are out there right now, and what do they know about the shooting over in Somerville County exactly?
Well, there was a couple of police agencies here. Dallas Police, Lancaster Police were up here. They have since left, and they were not really giving us any information, in fact, telling us to stay away from the scene. So we didn't get much information about them, and they weren't giving us anything as to what it was connected with. But again, a source says that truck that we saw here is connected, was Chris Kyle's truck.
And the suspect, where is he being taken to? Do we know that right now?
We do not know for sure at this point. We believe Lancaster PD was the agency that actually took him into custody, as they were the ones doing this chase earlier in the evening here. So we believe that that is where that suspect may be going.
All right, Chris Van Horn live in Dallas County. We appreciate that. We want to take another look at the life of Chris Kyle. He was born in 1974 in West Texas, but grew up in Dallas. He is a United States Navy SEAL and served 4 combat tours in Iraq between the start of the war in 2008. And like we've been telling you, he is known as one of the most lethal snipers in the U.S. military, with 160 confirmed kills. He also starred in the NBC reality show Stars Earn Stripes. It featured military law enforcement professionals working with actors on military targets. And of course, you can stay with NBC5 and NBCDFW.com for continuing coverage of the shooting investigation and the reported death of Navy SEAL Chris Kyle. Look for the very latest online overnight on our website and starting at 6 a.m. tomorrow on NBC5 Today.